Hey, folks, Dave back here in Studio B, and got some more cards to unbox here. I got my friend at the print shop just got done printing the 22-23 season, and I'm gonna sort them out here and open up a chat room just so you guys want to say hi for a little bit. I probably won't get to them all because it takes a long time to do this, but I figured I'd just kind of do a little bit of chatting here while I do this. And so, unfortunately, he's got all the team assist cards on the top, but unfortunately, they're not all in order. So, what I need to do is set this off to the side again and go through this one at a time and sort out what do we got, 32 teams or something like that. Yes, we do. Now, I was using this layout here, I think, custom layout 3, and let's swap that up here. Okay, so now you got a little bit of me and a little bit of the cards here as I kind of do it on the table here. So as Bears Den stops by, and like I said, I don't know how far I'm going to get with this, but I got a little bit more table space here. So, um, so we got Bruins and Islanders here. I like to go in order here by alphabetical, right? So Anaheim will be up over here, and then I will probably have Arizona too. So Anaheim, Arizona, Boston. Okay, so we're kind of in order, I guess, if you will. Juna Kopen in there. How many games? He played 5 games. I don't remember this guy. There's another guy that only played 22 games. Is Zaboral for Boston. Interesting. So now we have Buffalo, and then we have our mixed cards here. So we got 2 or 3 of those. Oh, 4 of those actually. Oh, actually a lot more than that. Like I say, I'm not sure how they bind these up in these things here. So we'll put that like way off to the side. So that'll be my double teams, if you will. All right, so we got Buffalo, Calgary, Carolina. Oh, and by the way, I got my new Rangers shirt on with my Rangers hat. So I want to thank Around the Layout for sending me a Rangers shirt. He says, I got this Rangers shirt. You want it? I was like, heck yeah, I want a Rangers shirt. And so he sent that up to, oh boy, we're going to run out of space in a hurry here, aren't we? Because I'm only on the C's and I'm already out of space in row number 1. So you can't even see it over here, but I'm already out of space. Let me kill that a little bit here. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. And let me back off of this a little bit too. So that's probably better like that. But yeah, so I'm already out of space on row 1 here, so I'm going to need to create a little bit more space here. I might be able to go 3 rows here. So I get my Detroit Red Wings here. I get Edmonton, Florida. So I'll be playing a lot of Florida here. I don't know about Sam Bennett with 8.5 games, but Drew Doughty, Los Angeles. And the weird thing about we talk about modern seasons, and that's what this is right now. There's probably 95% of what I got here. I don't know. Ron says that's okay, but I don't like that. I like to know a majority of the players in a season. I just feel like better about that. I don't know if I can get that away over here. Maybe that's a little bit better. Now I'm in the dark, but just got a glare here. This is Hockey Bones. Again, this is from my friend's print shop, and I finally got the that printed up. It took him another couple of weeks or so. I was like, "Where's my cards?" He's like, "They're coming. So I picked them up today, and I'm just kind of playing match game. And again, there's a ton of them. This stack here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This makes 8 stacks I got to go through. And so I won't finish this here in this video, but I figured I'd open up a chat and say hi early tonight because again, I got another early day tomorrow at the rink. Seattle. I don't know if I have a Seattle or not. I got 17, 18, but I don't think Seattle's in there. I don't remember actually. So this could be my very first Seattle team. When did Seattle start? 3 years ago. So I'm not sure if I would have Seattle. At least not in Hockey Bones or Apper, I don't think. I usually don't buy the new seasons. All right, hopefully Washington's the end of it. No, I think I got Winnipeg, right? Oh boy. Look at this. Holy cow. Look, I got a table full of teams. There better not be anybody after Winnipeg. There better not be any Yellowstone team or anything like that. All right, so I got everybody on one swoop here, but now it's going to get messy as I stack them up. Yeah, this is the newest season. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot of rematches. I've been doing that because I have shootout. I don't know if that helps or not, but I have shootout and the Downey games and Stone Cold Hockey. So I have a lot of this new season and a lot of the games I have. So that I do that. RJL, what time are you on tonight? Because I heard you were doing a chat tonight. So I want to know what time you're on so I can be done here so we can check out your chat. So post in the chat what time you're on tonight, if it is tonight, because I heard a rumor that you were on tonight. So I wanted to see what's going on with that. PJ wants to see Rangers Devils series replay. I don't know if I'm going to do that one. In fact, I don't think I will. I probably want to just do, I really want to do Boston, Vegas. I want to, let's say I want to replay the Stanley Cup, but then I want to do Boston, Vegas. I want to do Toronto, Vegas. And then I want to do like Edmonton, Boston, Edmonton, Toronto. So almost like a strat thing. Take your best 6 teams and do something with them is kind of where I am right now. So I think those are the replays that I'm going to do with the newer seasons. I'm actually kind of excited about the newer seasons. I've really never really had any inkling of playing the newer seasons, but for some reason, this season just kind of captivated me, and I don't know why, but it kind of did. And I'm kind of happy about that. Alrighty, so Anaheim, Arizona, Patrice Bergeron. There we go. Patrice Bergeron. Hampus Lindholm played 11 games. Not sure of him. Rasmus Dahlin, Riley something or other. And then I have guys that played on a couple different teams here. Jacob Magna plays for Seattle and San Jose. Brett Ritchie, Calgary to Arizona. Oh man, imagine getting traded to Arizona in this year, you know. All right, so RJL's on at 8 p.m. talking with demos. Now, what are you guys going to do? You guys having a chat? You playing a game? Can you give us a hint so we know what to expect here in an hour when you guys go live on the RJL network? So we'd like to know what you're going to be doing. Give us a tease. Come on, you got to give us something to work with here. You know, like I said, I was doing the 70-71. I really liked that because I knew everybody. You know, I played a game last night of Stone Cold Hockey. You know, Bobby Orr scores. I mean, come on. When Bobby Orr scores, it just puts a smile on my face. It really does. And I know they're fake games, but I really I get into the old school stuff like that. Like Adam Beckman for Minnesota. Now he only played 5 games, so I probably shouldn't know him. Sean Moynihan. Again, okay, these are the guys that only played a handful of games. So it's no wonder why I don't really know any of these guys. Although Bergeron was over here. So I don't know why he was lumped in there. Surprised my buddy didn't keep Bergeron. He's discussing inside pitch and other things. All righty. And P-Jet says that Arizona beats St. Louis in the opening round of his Anti-Cup playoffs. Anti-Cup. Interesting. I think I saw that on Delphi. You were doing an Anti-Cup thing. It's such a P-Jet project. You know what I mean? It really is. All right. Can't wait till I get into somebody I know here. What was this guy? Seuss? Yeah, Dr. Seuss. CJ Seuss for San Jose. If they didn't call him Dr. Seuss, shame on them. Torrey Krug is the player of the Bruins. Tyler Tucker. How many games did Torrey Krug play? Oh, 63 games. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the shift, not the games played. Stupid Dave. Pat Maroon, Tampa Bay. Toronto. Vancouver. Braden McNabb. I know this guy. I know McNabb for Vegas. I wonder if I can bring that up a little bit so we can see a little bit more. How about that? Any better? See a little bit more. Sorry about that. It's not going to be very straight here, is it? Washington, Winnipeg. Ooh, and I got the Ron Juckett card. Blank. Keith Kincaid went from Boston to Colorado, played one game. I guess he's a goalie. Did not know that. Colorado, Florida. Oh, Bobrovsky. I like kind of when I find somebody I know. Yeah, Bobrovsky for Florida. I don't even think he was the starting goalie in the playoffs, was he? He just got hot at the right time. Toronto, another Juckett card. And Minnesota team assist. This kind of reminds me of like the checklist. Remember when you were a kid and you had the hockey cards, you got the checklist? I used to throw them away. I was like, oh, man, I want a player. I don't need a checklist. I want a player. You know what I mean? you know? And 007 says, we have this guy that comes in to play poker. He's always got a classic jersey. And yeah, this is the Rangers right here. And again, my buddy Ray sent me this. And I'm all excited about it because I wanted a Ranger jersey. So now I still want a Park jersey. So now that I have the home, I might have to go get the away, get the away jersey and see how it goes. Who else is in here as well tonight? Keith stopped by. You'll take a replay of the 93-94 Devils, the Messier guarantee. I think I did that. What did I do that with? I recently played that. And I don't know if it was Appa or if it was Stone Cold, the shootout, but I just replayed that, actually. I know I did, and I don't remember what game it was in, but I did replay that 93-94 series between the two of them. And now I forget what happened. Oscar Steen for the Bruins. Got some Sabres here, and we have some guys that played on multiple teams going right here underneath my face. All right, so now I'm going to go back to Calgary. Mackenzie Weegar. I'm not familiar with Mackenzie Weegar, but that's okay. Maybe we'll play some Calgary games. I don't know where I'm going to put this here. I bought a bin for all my Hockey Bones cards, and it's full. It is. I filled it up with seasons. It's not very big, and some of the seasons take up a whole draw too, What a job it must be to rate 32 teams with all the players. Yeah, and Hockey Bones does every player, I think, for the most part. So this guy's only played a couple of games, and they still get rated. Now, they actually rated an e-bug, that guy, Scott, was it Scott something that played with Chicago as the e-bug, and you couldn't score on him. There was no way you could score a goal on him. And I was like, well, I don't think I'd really play that card. And they're like, well, it's an emergency goalie. You're supposed to only put him in extreme emergency. Well, you put him in, you can't score. So it kind of defeats the purpose of playing the guy, because what if he had to play a whole game? He'd get a shutout. So I get that they carded him. It's kind of neat, but you really can't play the guy because you can't score on him. There is no way to score on the guy. So I suppose you could bring him in for the final few minutes, but I don't know. I belong to the camp where I like to see everybody be able to score a goal and everybody, be able to be scored on. I don't think anybody should be perfect. That's just me. Even if you just had a little chance, and I know you're only going to but it's kind of like the third line guys where you see they have a higher scoring range than the first line guys, but they're going to play a lot less minutes. So there's the trade-off, I guess. San Jose, Adam Raska, San Jose. Anybody know Adam Raska? I'm not sure. A couple more Seattle guys. St. Louis. Ross Colton of Tampa Bay. Stevie Stamkos, Tampa Bay. What do you think? Is Tampa Bay done, you think? I mean, they had a good run, but boy, I tell you, they've been kind of falling apart the last couple of years. Same with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay were both powerhouses, and now they've kind of drifted off where they're having trouble winning playoff series, And PJ says, rating any modern baseball season is a ton of work. 30 pitchers per team, 50 players per roster, 32 teams. Yeah, it is. I wonder how much my buddy would charge to put these in order for me. because it's fun, but at the same time, it is a pain in the neck because this is taken away from gameplay time, is doing this. And I still got 7 more piles to go through here. And then I got to go through and make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. And then I got to put them in the elastics and all that fun stuff. Charlie Coyle. Nosek from Boston. I remember those names. And I got a handful of guys here that played on multiple teams. Actually, the multiple team stack is the biggest stack of all right now. Pretty crazy. Yeah, got some more. There we go. And then we go right into Calgary. I start to get the flow of this at some point. I do feel like I'm a dealer at a poker game in Vegas or something right now. It just takes forever. It's fun. It's fun, I guess. This is what happens when you get the last payoff pitch order I had to do the same thing. It just comes in a big box, I will say that about Appa. Appa and Strat, they kind of have their stuff in order, so to speak. So you can pull them out, and pretty much they're going to be in order of the team. So you don't got to go that. You just got to kind of flick through them, but they're not like this. This is like somebody put them in a card shuffler. All right, so this is going to be stack 2. Wrapping this up here. Corey Perry for Tampa. Oh, there we go. Tavares. Wonder where he's going to be. What's going to go on with Tavares? Toronto, would they get rid of somebody? Would they get rid of the GM? Toronto get rid of the GM, I think. So they've already made some shakeups over there in Toronto. They won that series, and you would have thought they won the cup. And then they lost, and it was just like, oops. I've got some goalies here that played 5 games. A couple guys I don't know. Alrighty, 2 stacks down. Oh, you're a poker dealer? Yeah. My arm's getting tired from doing this. Alrighty, 6 stacks to go. But this is why we do this, right? We do this because we enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say. Another guy, Anton Strahlman for Boston. All right, so we got some more of the Oh, look at this guy. He played for 3 teams. Dryden Hunt played for 3 teams. Oh, imagine this guy, Jake Leschyshyn, goes from Vegas to the Rangers, and he loses out on the cup. That's a bummer. I think the last time I did this, I thought I was short a couple of guys, and I found them at the very end. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I get my C's mixed up. Colorado and Columbus, I always get mixed up. Uh-oh. What is this? Toronto. Tavares trying to escape. He's trying to get out of Toronto. Florida guys here. Chris Weidman. Why does that name sound familiar? Got some Devils here and some Islanders. Oh, there's a Ranger. Ottawa. Igor. I like how they spelled Igor here with an E. That's kind of cool. And a couple of Flyers. Little James Van Riemsdyk. Is that what they call him? James Van Riemsdyk? Got him on the table now. And what else we got here? Okay. Some Pittsburgh here. Logan Couture for San Jose. A couple more Toronto Maple Leafs. Vancouver Canucks. And some Vegas. There's the captain right there, Mark Stone for Vegas. Kyle Connor. I think there's a guy that plays in my hockey league, Kyle Connor, or Kyle O'Connor, or something like that.
Swayman, the goalie for Boston. And Khudobin, he played one game with Chicago. I thought he was he played with Boston not that long ago. And you got, oh boy, Detroit's over here. Dallas is over here. As my piles start to get a little messy as they start to stack up. It's to be expected. And they're going to get even real messy here now because I got a ton of cards to still go through. Edmonton team assist card here. Oh, I got a little mark on it. That's all right. There's the Edmonton team assist card. And that just is kind of optional if you're rolling assists. You can look at the card rather than just the generic assist table, if you like. I tend to use the assist table because I have it in the helper and it just works so much better. Jake DeBrusk for Boston. David Pastrnak. There he is. Oh, I wonder what his card looks like. Oh, look at all the shots on goal. Look at all the stars. Those are all shots on goal. That's going to be a fun one to play. I could actually have some fun with this one here, even though that they got bounced. I could actually have fun with this season. All right, a few more guys that played on multiple teams. Here we go. And what do we got? Calgary. A couple of Colorado. A couple of Columbus. I haven't seen Johnny Hockey yet. At least not off the top of my head, I haven't. Well, this is going pretty quick now. Edmonton's going to be fun to play, too. Kopitar. A couple of Minnesota. A couple of Montreal. Nashville. New Jersey. Islanders. Rangers. Ottawa. Owen Tippett. Don't know him. Ryan Donato, Seattle. I think I've heard of him. Alrighty, we're flying through this now, folks. Braden Point for Tampa. Toronto, Vancouver. Oh, here we go. Vegas, Jack Eichel. That's not a bad little card there. A lot of shots on net. Every now and then I like just to tidy them up just a little bit. Alrighty, back to Anaheim. And these cards are okay. They're much cheaper than the drive-through cards. I would prefer the drive-through, though. And Vegas. Okay. All right, we're getting there. We're almost halfway through. We're making pretty good time, actually, here. And, yeah, don't forget, RGL, top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Baseball demos and RJL Network are going to be on. So I'll be off in plenty of time before that because I'm going to want to watch some of that myself. I like to watch the chats. But I'm just kind of sorting this out here tonight and see if anybody wanted to stop by and say hi before the big show. Taylor Hall for Boston here. Pavel Zacha for Boston. I think I could probably lighten that up a little bit, huh? Looks a little dark. Buffalo. And we have some. Look at another 3-teamer here. This guy, Winnipeg, San Jose, Tampa Bay. Does anybody love me? Why you trade me to all these teams? My stack for multiple team players is twice as big as anything else right now. So this is the stack right here, and I'm only not even halfway. That's the stack of of guys that played for other teams. Yikes. Jordan Staal for Carolina. Jonathan Tays with the Blackhawks. Colorado, Columbus, Boone Jenner. Oh, there's another Columbus. Was that Carolina? Oh, that was 3 Columbus in a row. Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton. A couple of Florida guys I'm not familiar with. I got a Kings guy here that I think I've heard of. Oh, Fleury. I didn't even see that. Fleury from Minnesota. Isn't that what we do when we go through cards? We look at them like, oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. I mean, that's just what we do, right? This is our hobby, and this is what we do. All right, now the New Jersey. Islanders, Rangers. I need to play Rangers. I got my Ranger shirt on right here, right? I got my Ranger hat on here as well. Philadelphia. Oh, look at this guy. Caligula, right? Dracula Caligula. That's awesome name. Drake Cajulia, something like that. Don't know some of these guys. Oh, look at that one there. Oh, look at all the stars. Look at all the shots on net for Matthews. That is nuts. That's a lot of shots on net. 40 goals, 45 assists. That's going to be a fun one to play. It really is. Up, there's Phil. Hot dog Phil. Is that going to get you second in scoring in the playoffs? I'm not really sure about that. I really don't know. And a couple more. Winnipeg, Craig Anderson. I think he was a goalie for Buffalo. Chicago. Oh, Detroit. Now we're bouncing around a little bit. Oh, these must be goalies. Because I'm getting some weird progressions here. Yeah, these are the goalies right now. Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay. And Winnipeg and Carolina team checklist, I call it. No, actually, it's the that's the cards, the assist card. Oh man, if I knock these over, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. All right, back to Anaheim with a couple, Arizona with a couple. And now we got some more guys that played on. Oh, here we go. Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane right here. Ryan Reeves went to Minnesota from the Rangers. What's Kane going to do next year? Is he playing next year? Has anybody found out? I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Holy card stacks back, man. Yeah, Steven. I just got in this set. This is 22-23 Hockey Bones. I just picked it up from the printer a little while ago. I actually walked in with my dog. I walked right into the print shop with my dog. No one said a word. I just walked right in. I'm like, hi, I'm here to see so-and-so to get my cards. Yep, he's in there. So me and my dog walked right in. It was kind of fun. And these are a lot of cards here. I don't know how, if this might look kind of funny actually with me kind of overlapped. Let me bring this back a little bit. What do you think about that? Is that a little bit better? And I like how you can customize these layouts right on the fly with the StreamYard. I do like that. This is the second time that this print shop's done work for me, and they're not quite as good as drive-through cards, but the first set was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. I did 2010, 2011 so I could play the Bruins in the Stanley Cup, and then I got 17, 18 so I could play Washington and Vegas. And they did that for me, and it was okay. This set, they did a much better job. I got to say, I'm very happy with the job they did on this one, and they charged me less too. So I'm not going to complain about that either. So you're going to give me better quality. You're going to charge me less. So maybe they just got better at it. Maybe they just needed a couple of goes through to see how to do this. But
I'm pretty happy with this. As I try to wade into modern sports, so to speak. And I think we talked about that. Matthew Kessel. I wonder if he's related to Phil. Toro Pachenko. Don't know that guy there. 69 games he played. Kucherov. Oh boy. I'm not even going to guess at that guy's name. He played one game, so I will never have to worry about him. Because if I go to play a game with Toronto and he's in there, I'm going to replace him. Sorry. I don't want to say that name. Oh, here we go. There's the grade 8. Here's Ovechkin. Not bad. Oh, Blake Wheeler's still playing. He played with Boston for a long time. Now he's up in Winnipeg. We have some guys that played on multiple teams now. We have another goalie here for Colorado. Edmonton goalie. New Jersey goalie. Pittsburgh backup goalie. 4 games played. Samsonov for Toronto played some games. And then we have the Los Angeles team assist card. So here we go. All righty. Now we're past the halfway point. We are flying through this here. Having some fun here tonight, folks. So with Hockey Balls, is it one big PDF? Yeah. All these players that you see, they're all laid out in a PDF, 8 by 8.5 by a standard sheet of paper, and you print it out, and they got the lines to show where to cut them. Luckily, with this particular print shop, they not only did they cut them, but they round the corners for me, and they gave me one pretty good price for doing all this. Staples would charge an arm and a leg for this. So this company here, local company, and my buddy's always worked in print shops. So I'm like, hey, what do you think? He's like, yeah, okay. So he's getting better at it now. Dmitry Orlov. There's another guy that Boston had on their team, I should say. And all right, back to Calgary now. Noah Hannafin. Calgary did better last year, I think, than they did this year. Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Columbus. I got a lot of Columbus guys here. I don't know anybody from Detroit. Edmonton's going to be a fun team to play. Oh, Yamamoto. Oh, do they? Nice. We got some new people over with a Husky tonight. Marcus Foligno for Minnesota. Montreal. Oh, look at this guy's name. That's an interesting name. Would be Zakaj or something? I don't even know how I pronounce that. I do okay with the Russian names, surprisingly, probably because I grew up listening to them. So when I do, especially when I do my play-by-play at the rink, if it's a Russian name, I'm okay with. Some other names I have a hard time with, but the Russian names I can usually do a pretty good job with. Doug, is it a easier process? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's what's great about drive-through cards is that they come in and they're all separated, so you don't have to do this. That's one positive among the quality of the cards for drive-through cards. So you don't have to do this. Let's see, APA, they come. You don't have to do this. Mitch Marner for Toronto. APA, you don't have to do this. But again, I think what they do is they just print. Oh, Carlson for Vegas. I think this, they just print sheet by sheet by sheet, and there's an overlap, and they just kind of put them all together in a box, and they don't really do any separation or anything. I wouldn't expect them to. As the goaltender that almost got him out of the first round, Linus Ullmark. I got a Chicago goalie, a Dallas goalie, a Nashville goalie, one game. Yaroslav Askarov played one game for Smashville. I do like it. There was someone that I was watching play, and I forget where they were. They weren't playing live or anything. They were just playing
on the table, and they would play like once a week or once a month. They would play a game, and it would be backup goalie night. And I kind of stole that idea and says I need to do that. Is go play some guys that didn't play that often and just play them, because everyone plays the top guys, but it's fun to play those guys there. So he had backup goalie night, and I thought that was really kind of cool. All righty, so all these guys play for other teams. Still, there's a ton of guys here. I mean, it's Calgary right here. I mean, look at this stack right here. This is like almost a full deck of cards right now, and this is just the guys that played for multiple teams. I mean, that is huge right now. That's like 5 teams worth of guys. It really is. And let me see. Doug says, thinking about ordering a set from our drive-through card. Is it RPD drive-through or drive-through cards? Drive-through cards is awesome. I got my shootout cards there. I get 2 decks from there from shootout. They're awesome. The Hockey Bones cards are awesome. I highly recommend them, and I don't get anything for saying that. I really do like the drive-through cards. In fact, I purchased a couple of PDF seasons for Hockey Bones, even printed 1 or 2 of them out in full, and still went back and ordered the printed season from Hockey Bones for Hockey Bones season on drive-through cards. So I have the PDF and I have the printed version because they're just so good. And I mean, I do okay with my stuff, but the drive-through cards just once you have it, you're like, oh man, yeah, I don't want to go back to anything else. Now this is kind of in between. What I have right here, again, there's nothing on the back. The drive-through cards, you do get the logo on the back, which is kind of neat for Hockey Bones. So you have a 2-sided card. Not that you ever use the other side, but it is kind of nice rather than having just a blank side. But I imagine if I wanted something on the back, it would cost a lot more to do, and I really don't need anything on the back. There we go. There he is. Marchessault. That's the guy you came to see, right? TJ Oshie's still playing. There you go. I got another Buffalo goalie. I got a Chicago goalie. I got an Edmonton goalie. I got a New Jersey goalie. A Pittsburgh goalie. Matt Murray from Toronto is another goalie. And the Florida team assist card. Okay. Only 3 stacks left. I'm flying through these. Here we go. And I'll be done in plenty of time to catch the chat over at Robert's channel. It's like sorting baseball cards as a kid. Yes, it is. It kind of is, drive to an RPG all linked together. Okay, I did not know that, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, I wanted to get the printed season for this year. Kind of. I mean, if the Bruins had won the Cup, I would have definitely spent the money and got these at drive-through. But they are pricey. David Krejci, there he is. I don't know. Is that going to give me a lot of points? I don't know. But when they didn't win it, Tyler Bertuzzi, going to be playing him this year. When they didn't win it, I first I said I wasn't going to play it, but then I kind of get into it, and I was enjoying the matchups, and I was kind of happy to see Vegas win it, I guess. But if Boston had won it, I definitely would have ordered it. I would have been first in line, and I would have paid all that money for that season because it would have been commemorative, They didn't win it, and so now this is just kind of me gonna play some different matchups here and have some fun with it at some point. And this, like I said, this print shop did a good job this time. Still not the quality of drive-through cards, and I'm trying not to knock this company here because drive-through cards is just top of the line. They're just so good because that's what they do. But yeah, they can be pricey, and but if you get the older seasons, that's what I noticed. If you get the older seasons, it's not that bad. When you get the 70s and here's Crosby. I just noticed that. Sidney Crosby here. 33 goals for Crosby this year. 52 penalty minutes. So he was a little frustrated this year. But yeah. So drive-through, it's top of the line. But I'm happy with this. I mean, like I say, if they had won the cup, Boston, I would have definitely gone for the whole caboodle, and I would have bit the bullet and had it as a commemorative season. But because they didn't, and I still want to play it, Nicholas Backstrom for Washington. So because they didn't, then I will just I'll do this, and I'll be very happy with what I have here. Buffalo, Chicago, more goaltenders here. Edmonton. When they're spread out like this, I can tell they're goaltenders. Toronto, blank. Colorado, assist card. They sell the Dead Ball Series books and games too. Okay, that I didn't know. Yeah, they have some pretty good things there. They, if you really like a game, it's really kind of cool. Oh boy, there's the rat, Brad Marchand. There he is, the rat. So if you like a game and you just want to get some really good cards, then that's the place to go. Alrighty, now we're back to Calgary. Okay. Well, we are really ripping through this right now. Frederick Olofsson. 28 games. Do I know Frederick Olofsson? I'm not sure. Sounds familiar. But I was really excited to see 70-71. Oh, here he is, Matthew Tkachuk. Gonna take a look at that guy's card there. A lot of stars on that card, too. Stars are shots. But I guess it will be kind of fun to play a modern season here, seeing I just watched these guys on TV. So that could be kind of fun. Although I did have a lot of fun. Zibanejad for New York. I did have a lot of fun playing that 70-71 Stone Cold hockey last night. I did. And then the night before I played 70-71 shootout. I'm not going to lie. That is just so cool. It really is. And I see who else is in the chat. Checking out the 72 season. 72 is another good one. Although I played it and the Rangers destroyed me. I played it in APA and Hockey Bones. Bruins got destroyed in both series. So I guess them winning it that season was semi fluky. I would imagine. Montreal team assists. Alrighty, last two piles here. We're doing pretty good. Where can you get it printed out here? Try to get to Staples, FedEx. Somebody said if you're a member of, is it AAA, then you get discounts at some printing places. I don't know if it's FedEx or UPS, but shop around. Bring the PDF in and get a quote right at the place, because I remember I walked in one time and I forget what I had. I had a baseball season actually, and I said, "How much to print this?" And it was like $600 or something, because there was so many teams and so many. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, but no thanks." And I forget what it was. I really don't remember what game it was, but it had a lot of cards. It was definitely a baseball season, and just the per page price for all that stuff was through the roof. And I was just like, "Yeah, no thanks." But get some prices. Maybe even try a local print shop, because that's what this is from. This is just from a local print shop. And I went in and the Hockey Bones, they it's all laid out for them. It's all shows them where to cut and where to score and whatever. So that's the key is having everything all ready for them to do. And the easier it is for them, the better job and the faster and the cheaper it's going to be. But I think UPS place does some printing. FedEx. I don't know if Kinko's is around anymore, but just try every place. Go in and get some quotes. They're probably all going to be pretty close depending on what you want done, but that's why you might want to try just a print house. and go walk in and say, hey, I have this PDF I would like to print out and maybe have you guys cut. Because I tell you, if I had to print all this out, holy cow, and cut these all, this is, I'd be, the amount of material I used and what I paid here, I don't know if I ever want to print out a whole season again. I might just go to these guys and say, hey, for what they charge me, it's like, I think I'm going to have you guys do it. Makes much more sense. Gustafson in Minnesota, Ottawa, Martin Jones. I think he was the goalie in Seattle, right? Yeah, Martin Jones, Seattle goalie. Aiden Hill for Vegas. He got it started. Blank card. Columbus, St. Louis, Anaheim, and Arizona. All righty, we're down to our last couple of stacks here. Staples, depending on what it is, Staples can be a lot. Any of those places can be a lot of money because they're not used to doing stuff like this. So maybe check out a local print shop and walk in and say, hey, here's what I got. Because they're all set up for it to do stuff like this. I would think, or something similar to this. And Dallas, Joe Pavelski for Dallas. He had a good playoffs, Joe Pavelski. He really did. And 007 says, I use a place online called Making Play Cards. That might work. Yeah, send it to an online place and get a quote. That's not a bad idea. Oh, boy. There we go. That's what you want to see, Connor McDavid. A lot of stars, a lot of rebounds, a lot of passes. Yep, that's going to be fun. For Hagee here, I think he did something in the playoffs too. That name sounds familiar. Nashville, Smashville, New Jersey, and the Islanders. And P-Jet says, you want to see a grown man cry? Took inside the paint to Staples, forgot to tell them the fax had to be printed double-sided. $50 down the drain. Yeah. What I do, if I need fast action cards in a game, like through Downey games or even that new game, the basketball game, is it Bank Shot Basketball that Sideline Strategies just come out with? That when I need the fast action cards, that's when I just say, I'll buy the printed set. I don't mind buying the team's PDF, but I really, really don't want to be doing the fast action cards, especially double-sided, because I'll never get in the lineup, and then they won't look right. So sometimes you got to let the company do it because they know what they're doing. Jonathan Quick, there he is. All right, so we're almost done here, folks. Oh, that's the other goalie for Florida, right? Lyon, yeah. And we got Rangers, Halak, San Jose goalie, Vancouver goalie. All righty, wow, we are flying through this set right here. This is the last stack. This is it. This is the last stack I got to go through. And then I'll have just enough time to sign off and get ready to see RJL talk with Demos about inside pitch, because I think he's been playing inside pitch, so they're going to chat about that tonight, so that should be fun. And I'm getting to a lot of guys here I don't know again. Okay, we go right to Calgary. All righty, we're getting through this here. My arms are getting tired, by the way. So as much fun as this is, and as much money as I saved, I'm so glad I didn't print these out and cut these. There's no way. I would probably just pick a couple of teams at this point here. There's no way I would do everybody, but, my obsessive compulsiveness wants me to do this because I have to have every team. It's just what I do. It's been that way since I was a kid. I like all the extra teams that no one wants to play. This is how I did it. All right, I'm going to split this last pot in two. Toronto. Now we're getting messy here. Vancouver, Vegas. Riley Smith for Vegas. Back to teams I'll never play, aka Arizona. Sorry, just won't. Jake Allen, he was a goalie, right? Montreal, Ottawa, Binnington. He sounds familiar. Another Vegas goalie, another blank. And then I got Dallas assist card. Dallas. Tampa Bay assist card. Anaheim. Let's go. Let's rip through this. Connor Clifton. Some guy I don't know. Buffalo. I got some extra guys here. Luke Shen. Wow, that's a huge stack. I'll show you that stack when I'm done. That's a big, big stack. Alrighty. This is it. I'm out of breath already. Once around, there was a lot of guys in these teams here. I noticed that. It just seemed like when I did the last modern season, I didn't have that many players on each team. So at least that's what it felt like. Jersey, Islanders. Couple for Ottawa. Back here to the Flyers. Yeah, these teams are pretty big. A lot of guys is what I mean to say. Tampa Bay. Toronto. Ooh, we're getting there. Pietrangelo from Vegas. And back to the top to Anaheim, to Calgary, Columbus, LA, the Rangers, James Reimer from San Jose, Spencer Martin from Vancouver is our last one, and that is that. Whew. All right. So that is that. So all I got to do now is wrap these up, and we're good to go. So, yeah, that's what I got here. So I got my new New York Rangers shirt on. In fact, let me swap myself out over here. Let me go swap over here. So I got my new Rangers shirt on, and I got my old Rangers hat. It's kind of grungy, but thanks to Around the Layout for sending me this. And yeah, so now all I got to do is take this mess here and go through each team to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. And there we go. Yeah. Bruce says, came in late. Are those cards from drive-through to have someone print and cut a PDF? This is a local print shop, and this is the third job they've done for me. And I just send them the PDF, and they print, they cut, and they corner for me. And they do it. I will say it's less money than drive-through, but the drive-through is better, and it's double-sided. So it all depends what you want. It really is. And he might be doing me a favor too, because he's a friend of mine. So he might not be charging me full price, or maybe he's doing it off this on the side or something. I don't know. But I do know somebody there, so that's probably why I get a pretty good deal on it. But try it out. You know, maybe you want to take your PDFs and bring them into a shop and see what price they can give you. And if you say, hey, I might be back, you know, for more jobs, and you just do some bulk pricing, you never know. You never know. Staples, like I say, in a pinch, they work out for some things. But I mean, this is great. I mean, you know, look at that. It's all cut and cornered, ready to go. I don't got to do anything. That's just done. So. But anyway, hey, I'm Dave. Don't forget, in about 12 minutes at top of the hour, Robert is going to be talking with Dave Demos. They're going to be talking some inside pitch, so that should be fun. So I'll be watching then while I wrap this little project up here. And I think Ron and myself might be on tomorrow night, as we might be recording live. I think. I got to see how he's feeling. But that might be the plan for tomorrow night. So, hey, anyway, I'm Dave from Studio B, a busy Studio B. I got cards everywhere. I'm in a hockey mood. I need to get into a football mood. I do. I need to play some football, but right now I'm in a hockey mood, and that's not a bad thing. So we'll talk to everybody later. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.